What's going on, guys? You know what time it is. My favorite segment here, Grice's Gems. You know I had to get my man out the car, Sam Griner, to get the G&G session going. Griner, glad you were able to make it here with us.
No doubt, brother. Let's do it.
Let's go ahead and get into it. The first Grice's Gems, Michael Buck of Lake Norman. Yes, we support all three phases of the game. They won 24-21 over A.L. Brown. He had 3 or 4 kickoffs go for touchback. Griner starting on the 20. Got to make those guys drive 80 yards. He was 3 for 3 on extra points, which, hey, I got a kicker exposed to. But the video you just saw is the one that made him a Grice's Gems. Made a 50-yard field goal as time expired to win the game. That was a big-time field goal there from a good guy, Griner.
Super windy day too. That's a tough kick, very tough kick.
Big time kick. Let's move forward and actually go down to Columbia. No, the team is actually in Weddington. It's Tyler Budge. They went down there to play the reigning 5A state champ Dutch Fork High School. He was 20 of 32 passing for 232 yards and a touchdown and a big 17-14 win over those Silver Foxes. Budge also rushed for 56 yards, which isn't something we normally see out of him, but we know he had to get every yard, every single passing yard also as well to become a Grice's Gem. Griner, what do you see about this guy?
Yeah, Tyler, he's just a great the great ability to lead his team versus an unbelievable opponent. I know Dutch Fork has been struggling a little bit this year, but they are definitely going to be well prepared defensively to take away what you do well. And normally this guy's passing for 3 touchdown passes. This man rushed for over 50 yards in the game, used his legs, got the big dub. Going into Dutch Fork, tough place to play versus the reigning champs, one of the greatest coaches of all time in this entire nation, and Tommy Knotts. Huge win. Good job, Tyler. Way to manage the game perfectly. You're definitely a Grice's Gem today.
100%. Let's stay on the QB train and go down to Rock Hill Northwestern. We got Finley Polk in a 56-14 win over Rock Hill. He accounted for 6 total touchdowns. He was 16 of 24 passing the ball for 212 yards and 3 touchdowns. And hey, continuing the theme of good running quarterbacks, ran 15 times for 86 yards and 3 touchdowns, Griner. I love the dual threat nature we've had this year from quarterbacks, even though it looked like pocket passes this year. I feel like that's been a big theme here. And again, guy doing it a big time game over a crosstown rival, showing up in the biggest moment possible.
Looks like 2022 Daniel Jones a little bit running the ball. Maybe not 2023, but a little flashback from 2022 Daniel Jones aspect.
Big time game there from him. Now let's bring in the guy who got the call. Gabe Bollivar from Pine Lake Prep. Again, big time 62-12 win over Winston-Salem Prep. Gabe, we're going to go through your stats right here. You had a school record 93-yard scoring run. You finished with 19 carries for 295 yards, 3 touchdowns, and of course you weren't done. You had to get a 2-point conversion run here. So Gabe, a big-time game here from you. Coach Austin Trotter's friend of the show. I think one of the best and most innovative coaches out here, continually kind of reinventing the offense here. Talk about this game and when you just knew that it might be one of the most special games that you've had.
Yeah, I think I knew from like the first or second snap I took. I mean, Coach Trotter is really good at picking defenses apart and knowing how to just adjust when people come out differently, because I know our offense is pretty unorthodox compared to like the pro style stuff you're seeing more and more at lower levels. But I got to give it to my O-line. I mean, they're just able to dominate pretty much everybody we go against. They're all super developed. They've been playing for years. They're all my boys, so I love those guys. But yeah, I knew after we were killing them the first couple of plays, I have a game.
Now, I got one question for you. Is it you just had an amazing game and your hair is dyed, or you're that fast your hair changes colors?
No, sir. I actually, during camp season, I decided to bleach it just to get a little extra attention. I think it worked personally because I would have coaches coming up to me asking me about it. But yeah, sure. I'm pretty fast too, I'd say.
Hey, Griner, we got a new tip for guys going to camp. Notice you got to dye your hair. You got to do something different with your hair, Gabe. I like that. Well, Gabe, we are so glad to have you here on Grice's Gems. As we always say, you balled and got the call. As you continue to having big games as you go through your conference season and get ready to play bigger games, continue to ball out. We're watching you. If you do it big time, I promise you're getting another call.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you for being on. Brother. If you think your performance was worthy of being a Grice's Gem, please reach out to us at Coach Jay Grice, at Langston Wirtz Jr., at Observer Preps on Twitter. And Griner, as we always say, if you ball, you're going to get the call.
You'll get the call.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week.